Tonight, you are invited into a quiet world. A world where history becomes gentle, slow, and wonderfully uneventful. A world designed not to stimulate the mind, but to lull it gently toward rest. Welcome to the Boring History for Sleep, a soft and soothing history sleep story crafted to guide you into deep relaxation. As you listen, the past becomes a peaceful landscape, familiar and comfortably distant. Nothing here demands attention. Nothing pulls you sharply into thought. Everything unfolds at a sleepy, drifting pace. Before we step into history, take a moment to settle your body. Let your shoulders soften. Allow your breath to slow. Feel the weight of your day easing away, dissolving like sand slipping between your fingers. Each inhale brings quietness in, and each exhale releases anything heavy you no longer need to carry. This is your moment of peace, your moment to unwind. The story ahead is intentionally slow, soft, comfortably boring, made for sleep, made for rest. As we move through this relaxing historical bedtime story, think of it as a gentle companion, steady, calm, and unhurried. The past will unfold not with excitement, but with soothing images meant to carry you downward, into a quieter, dream-filled place. Now, imagine yourself standing at the edge of a silent evening landscape. The sky above you is painted in deep blues and soft purples, fading gradually into the horizon. A cool wind drifts across your skin, light, refreshing, carrying the faint scent of old earth and distant water. The breeze is slow and rhythmic, moving like the steady pulse of the world itself. Each gust whispers softly, as though reminding you to release one more layer of tension. Ahead of you, tiny lanterns flicker gently in the dusk. Their flames sway in the wind, casting golden halos across the ground. You hear the low crackle of one faint torch nearby, its flame rising and falling like a soft lullaby. Beyond it, ocean. Waves roll quietly in the distance, long, gentle strokes of sound, brushing the shore with a steady, sleep-inducing rhythm. Each wave fades a little slower than the last, each one pulling your awareness into a deeper, quieter space. You step forward, and the ground beneath your feet feels cool and smooth. The evening light wraps around you in a soft, comforting glow. There is no hurry here, no direction you must take. Only a slow drift through a peaceful world where the mind can finally loosen its grip as you continue to breathe gently. The lanterns begin to form a path, glowing markers guiding you deeper into the quiet. They flicker in a calm, steady heartbeat. One flame brightens, then dims, then brightens again. A sleepy rhythm designed to match the pace of your breath, in and out, like a warm blanket settling over your thoughts. Tonight's journey will carry you through simple, calming moments of history, little details from the past that feel more like soft background scenery than facts. You will wander through quiet marketplaces, sleepy villages, old wooden docks, and slow-moving landscapes. Nothing loud, nothing sharp, just peaceful history, made for rest. This relaxing historical bedtime story doesn't need your full attention. It doesn't ask you to remember dates or people or events. It simply flows, like a gentle river moving beside you as you drift off. If your mind wanders, that is perfect. If you drift in and out, that is exactly right. This is your safe, quiet space to fall asleep. So breathe again, slowly, softly. Feel the calmness spreading through your chest. Let your eyelids grow heavier as the lanterns continue guiding you forward. The waves in the distance roll a little slower now, a little softer. The night grows warmer. The wind settles into a peaceful hush. Your journey into sleep and into history begins now. As the soft lantern glow fades behind you, you step quietly into the heart of the past. A world centuries old, yet serene and untroubled in this sleepy retelling. The streets stretch gently ahead, a cobblestone smooth and worn by countless quiet footsteps, each stone carrying whispers of a simpler time. Buildings lean slightly, as if nodding in greeting, their wooden beams warm under the golden hue of the setting sun. Their clay tiles lined like rows of patient soldiers standing silently. Windows, small and simple, catch glimmers of soft light from within, flickering as though welcoming you to wander without concern. Without urgency dot around you, nature breathes softly into the settlement. Trees sway lightly, their leaves brushing against one another in a delicate, whispering rhythm, a natural lullaby that mirrors the calm of your own steady breathing. Beyond the trees, gentle hills rise and fall in quiet symmetry, dotted with small clusters of cottages and farms, their thatched roofs resting softly upon sturdy walls. The air is warm and earthy, infused with the scent of rich soil and flowering hedgerows, and carries the faint hint of distant water or river, perhaps lazily winding its way through the landscape. This world is quiet but alive, the hum of life present yet unhurried. You notice the villagers moving at a peaceful pace, their steps deliberate and measured. A woman carries a small basket of herbs, pausing to listen to the faint call of a bird overhead. A blacksmith, hammering slowly, allows the rhythm of his work to mingle with the natural sounds around him, creating a gentle percussion that blends perfectly with the rustling leaves. You might imagine yourself following a soft trail into the heart of the village, feeling the cool breeze against your skin and noticing small details, the flicker of sunlight against a wooden shutter, the warm scent of bread baking from a nearby oven, the soft lowing of cattle in a distant pen as you walk. Your perspective gently shifts, inviting you to become more than an observer. In this two-way storytelling, you are both participant and witness. Perhaps you hear a quiet voice belonging to a villager, softly narrating small routines of the day. The morning begins slowly, they say, with the children gathering herbs and the elders checking the hearth. You feel the calm repetition of daily life meals prepared with care. Water drawn from a slow-moving stream, animals tended with tender patience. Each movement, each sound, each scent is magnified in your awareness, yet none demand hurry or concern. The rhythm of the world is perfectly matched to the rhythm of your own body, lulling you deeper into a meditative state. Time seems to stretch here, unmarked by clocks or schedules. You might wander past an open field, where the grass sways in synchronized waves under the touch of the gentle wind. Small wooden carts rest quietly by the roadside, and the occasional distant bell tolls softly, a marker not of urgency, but of continuity. A faint mist rises from the river nearby, curling and curling again, as if breathing with the earth itself, wrapping the entire village in a gentle, protective hush. Your own senses settle into this slow, meditative tempo. Every footstep is cushioned by the past, every sound softened by time, every breath in perfect harmony with the calm of this sleepy, historical world. Perhaps you pause to watch a nearby stream, its water flowing softly over smooth stones. The current glimmers under a fading sun, scattering light like tiny lanterns dancing on its surface. You feel the gentle tug of curiosity, yet it is slow, almost contemplative. You imagine placing a hand in the cool water, sensing the quiet energy of this world, feeling yourself connected to it as naturally as the villagers are connected to the routines of their day. Around you, birds glide lazily through the sky, their wings slicing the air without effort, creating soft swooshes that blend seamlessly with the muted sounds of labor, laughter, and conversation carried by the breeze. The architectural details invite observation without distraction. Each building tells a story of care and practicality. Stone foundations supporting timber frames, roofs carefully thatched and repaired season by season, doors worn smooth from years of use. Smoke drifts lazily from chimneys, curling upward and fading into the twilight, the scent mingling with fresh hay and the subtle perfume of herbs drying in small bundles by the windows. You are drawn to a small courtyard where women and children prepare for the evening. Their movements measured, harmonious, and reassuring in their simplicity. The gentle repetition, the soft steps. The quiet chatterreach is a layer in the comforting lullaby of this place. As your exploration continues, you feel the narrative gently fold around you, inviting you to breathe in slowly, exhale fully, and let your body and mind sink deeper into the rhythm of this historical world. Each detail, each moment is designed not to startle or excite, but to comfort, to soothe, and to prepare your mind for the gentle descent into sleep. You are now immersed, part observer, part participant, walking through a village that exists in perfect balance between calm history and quiet imagination. And as the soft evening light continues to fade, the village welcomes you, quietly, slowly, into a timeless, peaceful world. As twilight deepens, the village seems to exhale, a soft, rhythmic pause in the daily rhythm. You notice the subtle ways life slows, the way shadows lengthen along the cobbled streets, casting gentle patterns across the ground. Lanterns are lit one by one, their golden glow shimmering across timber-framed walls, reflecting off small pools of water left from the evening dew. The distant hum of a river becomes a soft undertone to the quiet conversations carried by the breeze. Every sound feels deliberate, yet unobtrusive, like the village itself is guiding you into a state of calm awareness. The trees that line the outskirts sway with a hushed serenity. Their branches stretch slowly toward the darkening sky, leaves whispering secrets of the day gone by. Somewhere nearby, the faint bark of a dog, the call of an owl, and the distant lowing of cattle blend into a natural symphony, each element carefully balanced to foster tranquility. You imagine stepping off the main path onto a narrow lane shaded by the arching limbs of ancient trees. The air is cooler here, filled with the earthy aroma of soil and the faint perfume of wildflowers. A sensory invitation to pause and breathe deeply in this quiet corner. The village architecture speaks in hushed tones. Thatched roofs and timber beams are illuminated by candlelight peeking through open windows. You see families preparing for the evening meal, their movements slow and deliberate. Children trace circles in the dust outside, their laughter soft and infrequent, blending seamlessly with the gentle murmurs of conversation. A baker tends to his hearth, carefully kneading dough that will rise overnight, while the aroma of fresh bread drifts into the crisp night air. This is life observed without haste, each action deliberate, comforting in its repetition. A lullaby for your wandering mind. The two-way storytelling deepens here, drawing you into both the observer and participant roles. Perhaps you are walking alongside a villager as they close their shop for the evening, feeling the cool wood of the door under your fingertips, the gentle weight of a key turning in the lock. You hear their quiet musings, a soft narration that mirrors the natural rhythm around you. The day is done, and we have tended to our chores with care. The night will rest with us, and the world outside may wait. You inhale, letting the cadence of their voice mingle with the sounds of crickets, the distant ripple of the river, and the swaying branches overhead. A soothing chorus designed to ease your mind. Moving toward the village square, your eyes catch the final flickers of daylight against a weathered fountain. Water trickles over smooth stones, its gentle sound a metronome for the evening. Villagers pause here briefly, perhaps to exchange a word or two, then continue their walk toward home. Each step measured, intentional, and tranquil. You imagine yourself joining them, your movements slowing to match their pace, feeling the gentle pull of the past settle around you like a soft blanket. The scents of herbs, smoke, and earth mingle with the faint aroma of flowers, grounding you in the sensory reality of this calm historical world as night deepens. The village begins its natural quieting ritual. The livestock are guided to their pens, The last flickers of lanterns are extinguished, and the streets fall into a gentle hush. The rhythm of human activity slows to a heartbeat, steady and comforting. You may pause to observe a lone figure tending a lantern, or hear the faint whisper of a child's lullaby in the distance. This section of the story is intentionally unhurried, allowing you to internalize each sensory detail, letting your mind drift alongside the villagers. Peaceful evening routines. You might now wander toward a small hill overlooking the village. From this vantage point, the settlement appears as a patchwork of warm lights and darkened shadows, the river glinting faintly in the moonlight beyond. Stars begin to twinkle overhead, distant and unhurried, their presence echoing the calmness of the earth below. You feel a soft sense of connection to this world, as though the passage of time has slowed just for you, offering a serene, almost meditative perspective. Every element, the gentle sway of trees, the distant night sounds, the faint smell of embers works together to ease tension and prepare your mind for the gradual descent into deeper relaxation. The story encourages continued mindfulness, blending imagination with sensory awareness. You imagine running your hands over the cool stones of a pathway, listening to the subtle creak of timber, noticing the rhythmic patterns of life that have repeated here for generations. Perhaps a villager approaches, pausing to share a word of greeting, their tones soft and calm. You respond in your imagination, a gentle interaction that draws you further into the rhythm of this historical world. Every detail is designed to lull your mind, to immerse you fully in a gentle historical reality, and to align your breathing and focus with the slow cadence of life in this past era. As the night deepens, your attention drifts seamlessly between the physical environment and your own inner state. Each sound and sight is a cue for relaxation, the distant gurgle of the river, the soft rustle of leaves, the faint murmur of voices winding down for the evening. The village, with its architecture, its people, and its natural surroundings, becomes a gentle cocoon, a sanctuary in which your mind can wander freely, safely, and without urgency. You are both a traveler and a resident, fully immersed in the sleepy calm of the historical world. By the end of this part, you are ready to move into the next section, where daily life and quiet activities will continue to unfold in slow, soothing sequences. The village has enveloped you in its gentle rhythm, your senses attuned to its serenity, and your mind prepared for the deeper historical journey to come. You step gently onto the worn cobblestones of the ancient city, the air carrying the faint scent of salt from the nearby harbor. The evening sky is painted in soft shades of indigo and rose, and a calm breeze brushes against your cheeks, bringing with it the distant sound of seagulls settling for the night. As your footsteps echo quietly along the narrow streets, you notice the subtle rhythm of life winding down for the evening. Lanterns flicker along the docks, their warm glow dancing across the rippling water, reflecting tiny points of light that seem to float like stars upon the surface. Nearby, a young scribe named Alaric moves with careful steps, his scrolls tucked safely beneath one arm as he makes his way toward the harbor. The moonlight catches the edges of his parchment, illuminating intricate diagrams and elegant lettering. You follow him at a measured pace, feeling a connection to his quiet diligence. The soft weight of responsibility in his hands, mirrored in the stillness of the night around you. Every detail, the creak of a ship's mast, the gentle slap of waves against the quay, forms a serene backdrop to this journey, allowing your senses to settle into a slow, soothing rhythm as you walk. Your attention drifts to the small market stalls that line the harbor square. Though most vendors have begun closing, a few remain, tending to the final transactions of the day. The scent of dried herbs, cured meats, and fresh bread mingles with the salty tank of the sea. You pause to watch an elderly merchant roll his wares into neat bundles, his hands moving with practiced precision. A soft greeting passes between him and a neighboring stallholder, their voices low and comforting, almost like a whispered lullaby. You inhale slowly, letting the ambient sounds and smells envelop you. Your mind settling further into this quiet, historical rhythm. A small group of children emerges from the shadows, playing a gentle game with stones and pebbles along the waterfront. Their laughter is muted and careful, not raucous, fitting seamlessly into the stillness of the evening. Alaric pauses briefly to observe them, a faint smile crossing his face before he continues along the quay. You follow, noticing the intricate carvings on the wooden ships moored at the docks. Their sails furled and ropes coiled neatly, the handiwork of artisans long practiced in their craft. The ship's hulls creak ever so slightly, responding to the ebbing tide, a soft, rhythmic movement that soothes your mind like the gentle pulse of a heartbeat. Moving deeper into the harbor, your attention shifts to the quieter corners of the city. Narrow alleyways reveal glimpses of domestic life, a woman sweeping the steps of her home, the aroma of a stew simmering over a small fire, a cat curling into a patch of moonlight on the doorstep. Each scene is ordinary, yet imbued with a sense of timeless calm. You imagine Alaric pausing here and there, taking mental notes of the people, the architecture, and the delicate interplay of light and shadow. Your mind mirrors his focus, absorbing every gentle detail as if walking alongside him. Sharing in his quiet observations, the sounds of the city soften as you approach the docks, where fishermen prepare their nets for the night. The rhythmic snapping of lines and the occasional metallic clink of tools provide a subtle auditory texture, grounding you in the present moment. Alaric bends to adjust a sail, his movements deliberate, almost ceremonial, reflecting the care and respect afforded to every task in this world. You sense the calm discipline of life here, each action purposeful and slow, designed to maintain harmony and balance. It is a world in which time itself seems to stretch, unhurried, allowing your mind to drift freely alongside the unfolding scenes as night deepens. Lanterns along the water's edge create pools of soft light that shimmer across the stone pathways. You notice the glint of a lantern reflecting in a puddle, the faint silhouette of a seagull perched atop a mooring post, the subtle scent of damp wood and seaweed. Alaric continues his path toward a small, quiet quay, pausing to watch the moonlight ripple across the water. You step beside him, feeling the cool touch of the stone under your feet, the gentle lapping of waves at the dock, providing a serene cadence. Every sensory detail, the colors, the textures, the sounds blends into a comforting lull, inviting your body and mind to release tension slowly and naturally. The two-way perspective deepens as you imagine yourself helping Alaric with his scrolls, adjusting them carefully to avoid creasing, feeling the texture of parchment between your fingers. He shares a whispered observation about the city's history, his words soft and deliberate. These streets have carried countless footsteps, each story resting quietly beneath the stones. You breathe in tandem with his calm, reflective pace, letting the flow of his narration and the gentle rhythm of the harbor lull your thoughts into a state of tranquil attentiveness. In the distance, a few night patrols move slowly along the perimeter of the harbor. Their lanterns cast gentle, swinging shadows along the walls. The soft crunch of boots on gravel creates a soothing, steady beat. You walk alongside them briefly, aware of the serene vigilance in their measured steps. There is no urgency here, only the deliberate and harmonious rhythm of life preserved in the quiet, historical night. Alaric continues on his path, and you feel your mind settling deeper into a relaxed, meditative state, fully immersed in the ancient city's gentle cadence. The evening gradually gives way to the deep stillness of night. The harbor is now almost entirely quiet, save for the whisper of wind over the water and the soft hum of nocturnal creatures. You find yourself walking along the dock, observing the intricate carvings on boats, the gentle sway of masts, and the reflective shimmer of lantern light across the calm surface. Alaric sets his scrolls down carefully on a bench, pauses to gaze at the horizon, and exhales slowly. You mirror this motion, allowing each breath to deepen your relaxation. The city's soft, nocturnal symphony guiding you toward a tranquil, almost hypnotic calm. As you follow Alaric away from the harbor, the streets narrow and the distant chatter of merchants fades into a quiet hush. Lanterns hang from wooden beams over doorways, casting pools of amber light that ripple across the worn stones beneath your feet. The aroma of fresh bread drifting from a small bakery mixes with the faint tank of the sea, creating a comforting blend that eases your mind further. You notice the subtle patterns of shadow and light dancing across walls, the intricate carvings of doorframes and shop signs, all telling quiet stories of craftsmanship passed down through generations. Every step you take is unhurried, each sensation lingering long enough for your awareness to absorb its calm essence. Alaric pauses at a small, arched bridge, resting a hand on the cool stone railing as he gazes into the dark waters flowing beneath. Reflections of lanterns shimmer on the surface, broken only by the occasional ripple of a fish or the gentle bobbing of a moored boat. You stand beside him, feeling the serenity of this scene seep into your shoulders and back. The gentle hum of the city at night, the distant clinking of metal, the soft flap of sails. The faint rustle of leaves, stirred by the evening breeze, forms a melodic backdrop. The world feels suspended in a moment of timeless calm, inviting your thoughts to drift like clouds across a twilight sky. Moving on. You pass by a small garden courtyard, tucked behind a row of shops. Moonlight filters through the latticework, illuminating rows of herbs, flowers, and climbing vines. The scent of lavender and rosemary fills the air, grounding you in the sensory richness of this quiet corner. Alaric kneels briefly, carefully tending to a few plants with gentle hands, and explains softly, even in the busiest of cities. Life finds small spaces to grow and breathe. You absorb these words slowly, allowing them to sink into your mind while your eyes trace the delicate curves of leaves and petals, feeling the world soften around you. Continuing through the streets, you notice families preparing for the night. In one home, a mother hums a lullaby as she guides her child to bed. In another, the flicker of candlelight illuminates a father reading quietly by a window. Each small domestic ritual unfolds gently, almost rhythmically, creating a calm narrative of ordinary life. Alaric observes with thoughtful appreciation, his eyes catching the subtle interplay of human presence and architecture. You sense the soothing repetition of evening routines, the quiet harmony that binds each household together, and your own heartbeat seems to slow in response, syncing with the natural tempo of the city. As the path winds toward the outskirts, the city begins to open up, revealing the soft, rolling hills beyond. The moon casts silver light over fields and distant cottages, and a faint mist rises from the ground, wrapping the landscape in a delicate haze. The air carries the scent of damp earth and wildflowers, refreshing and grounding in its subtlety. Alaric walks slowly here, occasionally pausing to mark something on his scrolls, capturing the essence of the terrain and its gentle moods. You follow at the same measured pace, absorbing the sensations of space, distance, and quietude, feeling a profound sense of safety in the embrace of the historical night. You encounter a small, flowing stream and step onto a narrow wooden footbridge, the water beneath gurgling softly as it winds through the landscape. The sound is rhythmic and steady, almost hypnotic, and you notice the reflection of the moon mirrored perfectly in its surface. Alaric bends to examine a smooth stone in the water, noting the patterns left by erosion, and remarks quietly, "Even the smallest details carry stories if you pause to see them." You nod internally, letting the words merge with the gentle murmur of flowing water, feeling a wave of relaxation spreading from your chest into your limbs. Night animals stir softly in the surrounding foliage. Fox moves cautiously along the edge of the trees. An owl calls to the darkened sky. Each sound is delicate, never startling, simply weaving into the larger tapestry of nighttime tranquility. Alaric gestures toward the constellations beginning to appear overhead, their pale lights shimmering through the mist. "The sky reminds us of continuity," he says softly. "That even as lives change, the stars remain the same." You lift your gaze, taking in the endless expanse, and a sense of awe, mixed with serenity, settles deep within your mind. Your thoughts slowing to a gentle, steady pace. Eventually, the path curves again, leading you to a quiet grove where soft moss cushions each step. Alaric settles on a low stone bench, placing his scrolls beside him, and encourages you to do the same. Though in your mind you remain present, attentive, yet deeply relaxed. You breathe in sync with the night, inhaling the earthy fragrance, exhaling slowly, letting the rhythm of the environment guide your mind toward calm. Every sound, the trickle of water, the whisper of wind, the distant call of an animal, becomes a gentle cue for relaxation, each sensation painting a peaceful portrait in your imagination. The last stretch of this part of the journey carries you through a field dotted with wildflowers. Their colors are muted in the moonlight, appearing as soft, floating shadows against the tall grasses. Alaric pauses to note their presence, jotting a quick observation on his scrolls. And you sense the harmony between observation and stillness. The experience is neither hurried nor abrupt. Instead, it encourages your mind to flow seamlessly, absorbing each serene moment. Here, amidst the quiet bloom of night and nature, you feel fully immersed, your senses attuned to a timeless world where history and tranquility coexist perfectly, guiding you ever closer to a peaceful, sleepy state. The night deepens as you walk alongside Alaric, and the faint outlines of the city fade behind you, replaced by gently rolling hills dotted with the soft glow of distant lanterns. The air is cool and still, carrying the subtle scent of pine and damp earth, soothing your senses. You notice how the wind stirs the tall grasses, their whispers harmonizing with the gentle flow of a nearby river. Each sound feels deliberate yet soft, as if the world itself is breathing with you, encouraging your thoughts to slow and drift with the rhythm of the night. Alaric moves with careful steps, carrying his scrolls under the moonlight. Each movement purposeful and unhurried, and you feel a calm curiosity as you imagine the stories his hands have recorded over countless evenings like this one. As you approach a small stone bridge crossing the river, the water glimmers under the pale silver light, reflecting the stars above. The gentle ripple of the current mingles with the occasional croak of a frog or the distant howl of a wolf, creating a symphony of quiet nocturnal life. Alaric pauses midway across, resting his hand on the cool stone railing, and points toward the horizon where the sky softens into a subtle gradient of deep blue and violet. "Even in the darkness," he murmurs, "life continues in quiet ways. There is rhythm, there is story, there is peace." You absorb the words slowly, letting them resonate through your body, encouraging a profound sense of ease that spreads from your chest to your fingertips. Beyond the bridge, the path meanders through a grove of ancient trees, their branches forming delicate canopies overhead. Moonlight filters through the leaves, scattering silvery patterns across the soft forest floor. The air is fragrant with the earthy aroma of moss and fallen leaves, grounding you in the moment, your attention drawn to the subtle textures underfoot. Alaric kneels briefly to examine a cluster of wildflowers, gently touching their petals before making a quick note on his scrolls. You follow his quiet reverence, allowing the serenity of each gesture to ripple through your consciousness, feeling your own body and mind unwind further with each passing breath. A faint clearing appears ahead, illuminated by the gentle glow of bioluminescent insects hovering near a small pond. The scene feels almost otherworldly, shimmering lights mirrored in still water, delicate ripples spreading slowly outward as the occasional frog leaps. Alaric crouches near the edge, tracing his fingers through the cool water. And you notice how even the simplest actions carry a meditative quality. The world seems to pause around you, the gentle hum of life and nature blending into a hypnotic lullaby. Your breathing aligns with the rhythm of the scene, slow and measured, as if the earth itself is guiding you into deeper calm as you continue. A soft mist begins to rise from the valley below, wrapping the landscape in a delicate veil of silver. Trees and hills appear softened at the edges, shapes blending into one another as though painted by the moonlight itself. Alaric gestures toward a distant mountain, its peak barely visible through the haze. Even the grandest stories, he whispers, can be quiet, subtle, and still. Sometimes the world speaks loudest in silence. You let these words settle into your mind, feeling the weight of tension lift, replaced by the gentle acceptance of the night's pace. Every sense is engaged, yet relaxed, fully immersed in the calming flow of history unfolding around you. The path eventually opens onto a vast meadow, the grass swaying gently under the soft caress of the evening breeze. Alaric walks slowly along the edge, occasionally stopping to jot observations onto his scrolls. You notice the faint sparkle of dew on the blades of grass, reflecting starlight like tiny scattered lanterns. A family of deer moves quietly in the distance, their graceful forms barely disturbing the stillness of the scene. The combination of light, movement, and silence creates a tranquil rhythm that guides your thoughts ever inward, fostering a sense of deep, contemplative rest. Nightbirds sing their final lullabies as the hours pass, and Alaric gestures to a secluded grove with low, moss-covered stones. Here, he says softly, is a place to pause and reflect, to let the world carry you gently into rest. You imagine sitting beside him, the cool moss beneath you, the hum of insects and distant water mingling with your own slowed heartbeat. The tactile sensations, the visual serenity, and the meditative sounds converge, creating a cocoon of tranquility that invites your mind to wander, drift, and soften further. Each detail, each quiet observation, becomes a thread weaving you deeper into the calming rhythm of this historical world. Finally, the path narrows and slopes toward a gentle riverbank, where water laps softly at smooth stones. Alaric sets down his scrolls one last time, letting them rest under the glow of the moon. You take a deep breath, filling your lungs with the crisp night air, and release it slowly, feeling every muscle in your body respond with relief and calm. The distant city lights have faded entirely, replaced by the intimate glow of nature and starlight. The stories you've witnessed, the subtle movements, the night's gentle cadence, all of it forms a tapestry of quiet immersion, guiding your mind and body toward the gentle edge of sleep. As the final moments of Part 3 pass, you sit beside Alaric, eyes lifted to the stars, fully present in the serenity of the world. You feel the merging of history and night, the peaceful coexistence of human life and natural rhythms, and the soothing power of quiet observation. Each sensation lingers just long enough to imprint itself into your memory, and your mind floats on the steady current of calm, preparing for the next section of the journey, where even deeper rest and gentle reflection await. The soft glow of dawn has not yet reached the horizon, and the air is cool, still carrying the night serenity as you continue alongside Alaric. The path widens gently, revealing a palace in the distance, its silhouette softened by morning mist. The stone walls rise gracefully, adorned with delicate carvings that have withstood decades of wind and rain. Even in this quiet hour, the grandeur of the architecture is evident, yet it exudes calm rather than intimidation. You notice how each arch, each tower, and each gently swaying banner seems designed not only for function, but for harmony with the surrounding landscape. The subtle symmetry of the palace invites a sense of balance within your own thoughts, and you feel a gentle relaxation begin to settle across your shoulders. Alaric pauses at the edge of the cobblestone courtyard, allowing you to take in the details at your own pace. Soft fountains murmur in the center, water spilling rhythmically over smooth stones. The gentle splash creates a lulling melody blending seamlessly with the distant coo of morning doves. You imagine the quiet footfalls of servants moving along the corridors, the clink of metal from hinges, and the faint scent of incense drifting through open windows. Everything about this scene encourages mindfulness and awareness, allowing your mind to wander slowly along the gentle edges of history. You inhale the cool, slightly damp air, filling your lungs with the calm energy of the morning, and release it, letting tension drift away like mist over the courtyard. The palace gardens open like a secret world, a sanctuary designed with care and intention. Rows of lavender and thyme release subtle fragrances that mingle with the earthy aroma of freshly turned soil. Birds flit between flowering trees, their wings stirring delicate ripples across nearby ponds. Alaric kneels beside a small patch of herbs, brushing his fingers across the leaves as he murmurs their ancient uses, stories passed down for generations. The knowledge is shared quietly, almost in whispers, and you find your own thoughts slowing to match the rhythm of his gestures. Every detail, the texture of petals, the shimmer of dew, the muted hum of life seems amplified in the stillness, creating a gentle focus for your mind to rest upon. Moving away from the palace, the path bends toward a riverbank shrouded in a light, silvery mist. The water flows steadily, reflecting the muted sky above and the soft glow of scattered lanterns from distant dwellings. The gentle lapping of the current against smooth stones forms a natural rhythm, a lullaby crafted by the earth itself. Alaric walks slowly along the bank, stopping occasionally to trace a finger along the rippling surface, watching the patterns spread outward in soft waves. You feel the cool spray touch your skin, and every sense seems attuned to the quiet perfection of the moment. The combination of flowing water, soft light, and open sky invites a deepening calm, as if the world itself is guiding you into a meditative state. The river widens into a quiet estuary, where the first hints of sunlight begin to color the horizon in soft pastels. Mist rises gently from the water, curling over reeds and low shrubs, and the landscape appears both magical and serene. Alaric gestures toward a small boat moored at the edge, its hull weathered but steady. Even the simplest vessels carry stories of distant lands and gentle journeys, he whispers. You imagine the countless hours of quiet passage, the soft creak of wood, and the gentle ripple of water against the bow. Each moment a slow unfolding of history. The imagery soothes your mind, allowing thoughts to drift without effort, like leaves floating on the river's surface. A short distance from the estuary, the path leads into a vast desert plain, surprisingly tranquil under the early sun. Sand dunes roll gently, their curves illuminated with a golden sheen, and the air is warm but soft against your skin. Alaric steps lightly, pointing out the faint tracks of small creatures, subtle signs of life that tell quiet stories of survival and rhythm. The desert's silence is profound, broken only by the whisper of wind across the dunes, carrying grains that shimmer in the sunlight. You notice how vastness and stillness can be comforting, allowing your mind to expand while simultaneously settling into the calming, measured pace of the scene as the sun climbs higher. The sky stretches into an endless expanse of delicate blues and pale golds, dotted with early wisps of cloud. Alaric stops on a low rise, allowing you to take in the panorama, the blending of river, desert, and distant mountains into a seamless, tranquil vista. You inhale slowly, absorbing the richness of color, light, and texture, feeling the serene energy of the world settle gently into your body. The gentle narration of history continues, not through hurried stories, but in soft observations, the way sand shifts with wind, the migration of birds, the quiet endurance of ancient structures. Each detail invites a gentle meditation, a focus on presence and calm rather than urgency or action. Finally, as the day gradually shifts, stars begin to reappear faintly in the upper atmosphere, signaling the approach of evening. Alaric gestures to the first emerging constellations, recounting myths passed down through generations, stories that connect humanity to the cosmos. The quiet lessons and gentle storytelling invite your mind to wander comfortably, blending imagination with relaxation. You feel a profound sense of ease, each breath aligning with the steady pulse of the night, each heartbeat syncing with the enduring rhythm of the historical world. The natural transitions palace to river, river to desert. Day to night carry you seamlessly toward the deeper calm and gentle reflection of the next part of the journey. As night gently settles across the desert, the golden dunes fade into muted shades of silver and gray, their curves softened by the moon's pale glow. Alaric walks with a deliberate, measured pace, allowing each step to echo softly in the stillness. The air carries a faint chill, brushing your skin with a gentle caress. And the distant rustle of small desert creatures becomes part of a quiet, natural symphony. You notice how the desert seems alive in its silence, every subtle sound amplified in a way that encourages mindfulness. Each inhale brings in cool, dry air, and with every exhale, your body releases tension, matching the calm rhythm of the world around you. A low, winding canyon appears ahead, its walls rising like ancient sentinels, shadows stretching across the sand. Alaric pauses at the edge, allowing you to absorb the sheer scale and the gentle majesty of the formations. The rock surfaces shimmer slightly under the moonlight, revealing delicate textures shaped by centuries of wind and rain. You can almost feel the history embedded in every crevice, a quiet testimony to the passage of time. Moving slowly through the canyon, the sounds of the nitrosilling leaves, distant owls, the whisper of wind create a soothing soundtrack for the journey, lulling your mind toward deep relaxation as you follow the path. A small oasis comes into view, its presence almost magical under the starlit sky. The water reflects 1,000 pinpricks of light, shimmering gently as if the stars themselves have descended to rest. Palm fronds sway softly in a light breeze, casting delicate shadows over the smooth, glistening sand. Alaric kneels beside the water, dipping a hand into its cool, refreshing surface. The ripples expand slowly, a visual rhythm that matches the calm beating of your heart. You feel drawn into this serene tableau, your thoughts slowing as you focus on the quiet beauty surrounding you. The gentle lapping of water, the muted scent of desert flora, and the soft hum of nighttime life create a cocoon of peaceful presence. Nearby, the faint glow of a small campfire suggests signs of human habitation. Yet the scene is undisturbed, tranquil, almost timeless. Alaric points out the simple dwellings tucked beneath rock overhangs, their forms blending seamlessly with the natural landscape. You imagine the quiet lives of people here long ago, their routines unfolding in harmony with the land, their movements slow, deliberate, and connected to the rhythm of nature. This observation invites a meditative reflection. Life does not always need to be hurried, and the beauty of existence often lies in simplicity, in observation, and in gentle awareness. Your breathing slows as you absorb this lesson, aligning with the soft cadence of the historical world. The night sky grows deeper, richer and more expansive, a canvas of indigos scattered with sparkling constellations. Alaric gestures toward the heavens, recounting faint, ancient myths tied to the stars. Each tale is gentle, soft-spoken, unfolding slowly so that your mind has time to drift alongside the story. You imagine yourself lying beneath the open sky, feeling the vastness of the universe pressing lightly against your consciousness, calming and expansive. The subtle rhythm of his words, paired with the infinite stretch of night, encourages your thoughts to settle into a quiet, receptive state, perfect for drowsiness and relaxation. As the path winds out of the oasis, the desert landscape stretches into soft undulations, bathed in the gentle silver of moonlight. The cool sand underfoot cushions every step, and a gentle breeze carries whispers of distant lands. blending scents of desert flowers and the crisp night air. Alaric walks beside you, describing the subtle signs of nocturnal life tracks in the sand. The quiet flutter of wings overhead, the slow crawl of tiny creatures along the edges of shadow. Each observation is unhurried, calm, and infused with reverence for the natural world, gently encouraging your own mind to adopt the same unhurried pace. Soon, the terrain begins to rise into low, rolling hills, and you notice clusters of ancient stone formations, their surfaces etched with the faint marks of time and wind. Alaric explains, in hushed tones, that these stones served as landmarks and ceremonial spaces for generations long past. The stories are light, soft, and immersive, never jarring, inviting you to imagine the slow, deliberate steps of those who came before. You focus on the textures, the shapes, and the gentle glow of moonlight across the stones, feeling your mind slowly drift as your body relaxes. Every inhale deepens the calm, and every exhale releases lingering tension, leaving you in a cocoon of peace. Eventually, the hills taper into a quiet valley, where a narrow stream winds lazily through smooth rocks, reflecting starlight like scattered diamonds. Alaric kneels at the water's edge, tracing the movement of fish and small aquatic life with his fingers. The soft splashes and murmurs of the stream create a natural lullaby, a soothing accompaniment to the evening. You watch the water ripple gently, imagining your own thoughts floating with it, carried effortlessly downstream. The combined effect of moonlight, soft water sounds, and gentle narration wraps around you like a warm blanket, easing you further into a deep, relaxed state. Finally, the journey for this part of the evening leads you to a small grove of trees at the valley's center. Their leaves shimmer in the moonlight, casting delicate, shifting patterns across the ground. Alaric gestures toward the canopy, explaining how these trees have stood for generations, witnessing countless sunsets and moonrises. The gentle rhythm of his voice, the soft rustle of leaves, and the stillness of the grove all contribute to a profound sense of calm. You feel fully immersed in the historical landscape, every detail carefully observed, every sound and scent enhancing your relaxation. The grove becomes a safe haven in your mind, a final space of peace before the next stage of the journey unfolds. The grove opens onto a gentle hillside, the moonlight casting long, soft shadows over the grass, giving it a silvery sheen. Alaric walks beside you slowly, pointing out the delicate night flowers whose petals only unfurl under the cool moonlight. Their subtle fragrance drifts on the breeze, mingling with the earthy scent of damp soil, creating a calming, almost meditative aroma. Each step you take is measured and deliberate, in harmony with the rhythm of the evening, and the quiet of the night encourages your own breathing to deepen and slow. The hillside seems timeless, untouched by the bustle of human life, offering a serene sanctuary where every detail is softened and gentle as you follow the path. A small, ancient stone bridge comes into view, arching gracefully over a whispering stream. The water trickles steadily, its soft murmur blending with the occasional rustle of leaves and the distant call of nocturnal birds. Alaric pauses at the bridge, inviting you to look down at the water as it dances over smooth rocks, reflecting starlight like tiny flickering lanterns. You notice the intricate details in the stonework, each mark a subtle testament to human hands long ago. The calmness of the scene allows your mind to drift, carried by the hypnotic flow of the stream and the gentle cadence of Alaric's voice. On the other side of the bridge, the path winds through a cluster of low hills, each one crowned with clusters of trees that sway gently in the night breeze. The soft rustling of leaves creates a continuous soothing sound, like a natural lullaby. Alaric points out the faint paths once used by travelers and villagers, now barely visible but still hinting at lives lived in harmony with the land. You imagine the quiet footsteps of those who came before, moving slowly and thoughtfully, each step blending with the natural rhythm of the environment. Your own footsteps, in your mind, follow the same gentle pace. Deepening your sense of calm and presence, the hills gradually slope down to a quiet meadow. Bathed in the soft glow of moonlight, small fireflies hover above the grass, their tiny lights flickering in delicate patterns, adding a sense of magic to the scene. Alaric encourages you to notice the small movements, the gentle sway of grass, the distant call of an owl, the reflective shimmer of dewdrops on leaves. Each observation is gentle, unhurried, designed to bring your attention into the present moment. Your breathing follows the quiet rhythm of nature, slow and deep, each inhalation bringing calm and each exhalation releasing tension, guiding you ever closer to a tranquil state of mind. In the center of the meadow, a circle of ancient standing stones rises from the grass, their surfaces worn smooth by centuries of wind and rain. Alaric explains softly that these stones were once part of rituals and gatherings, spaces of reflection and community for people long past. The stories are told in a gentle, whispering tone, the details unfolding slowly so that your mind can wander alongside the narrative. The moonlight glows softly on each stone, casting long, serene shadows across the meadow. You focus on the textures and the quiet majesty of the stones, allowing your imagination to blend with the calm sensory experience. Every sound, every sight, every gentle narrative beat encourages your body to sink deeper into relaxation. A narrow path leads from the meadow to a tranquil grove of trees, their branches forming a soft canopy overhead. The air here is cooler, carrying a light, sweet scent of blooming nocturnal flowers. Alaric walks slowly beside you, describing the subtle shifts of the night sky above, the movement of distant stars, and the gentle arch of the moon. His words are soft, rhythmic, and deliberate, allowing your mind to float alongside the historical landscape. You feel your thoughts settling into quiet contemplation, letting go of any lingering tension. The grove becomes a space of quiet reflection, its natural beauty and serene ambience acting as a cocoon, lulling you gently toward deeper drowsiness. Beyond the grove, the path opens into a quiet, shallow valley where a small stream meanders lazily, reflecting the soft glow of the night sky. Alaric kneels by the water, tracing the movements of small fish and noting the subtle patterns of ripples that expand slowly across the surface. The gentle, hypnotic sound of water, combined with the rhythmic cadence of his voice, creates a lullaby-like environment for your mind. You imagine yourself seated by the stream, feeling the cool grass beneath you and the soft night air on your skin. Each detail, each sound, each observation encourages your body to relax fully, deepening your state of calm. Finally, the valley opens onto a wider landscape where the horizon seems endless under the vast, star-strewn sky. Alaric gestures toward the constellations, softly recounting myths and legends tied to each group of stars. The stories are gentle and soothing, moving slowly so your mind can wander with them, drifting through history and imagination alike. You lie back in your mind's eye, feeling the night sky stretch infinitely above, the cool breeze brushing your face, and the soft murmur of the stream nearby. Every element works together to create a profound sense of peace, gently preparing you for the final stages of the journey into rest and sleep. The valley gradually widens into a quiet plain, dotted with clusters of ancient trees whose branches sway gently under the soft light of the moon. The air is filled with the faint, soothing sounds of crickets and the occasional distant call of an owl, their melodies blending into a continuous lullaby that wraps around you like a gentle blanket. Alaric walks slowly beside you, his presence steady and reassuring, pointing out the subtle changes in the landscape, the way the grass bends softly in the breeze, the faint shimmer of dew on leaves, and the delicate movement of small nocturnal creatures that quietly go about their business. Every step is deliberate and unhurried, allowing you to sink deeper into the peaceful rhythm of the night. As you move across the plain, you notice a series of low, rolling hills, their shapes softened by the moonlight. Alaric encourages you to pause and observe the gentle undulations of the land, tracing the curves with your eyes and imagining the countless people who have walked these paths long before you. Their presence feels almost tangible, as if the land itself holds echoes of ancient lives and whispered stories. You breathe deeply, letting the sense of history and continuity wash over you, each inhalation bringing calm and each exhalation releasing tension. The night sky above is expansive, a canvas of stars that twinkle faintly, their light reflected in the soft glimmer of a nearby stream winding lazily through the hills. The stream becomes a companion on your journey, its water moving slowly and rhythmically, producing a quiet, comforting sound that blends seamlessly with the whispers of the wind through the trees. Alaric kneels beside the water for a moment, gently running his fingers over the smooth stones at its edge, demonstrating the simple, timeless pleasures of observation and reflection. You imagine sitting beside him, allowing the sound of flowing water to settle your thoughts, guiding you into a meditative state. Every ripple, every shimmer of moonlight on the surface, every soft sigh of the breeze encourages your body to relax further, releasing any remnants of tension from the day. Beyond the stream, a grove of ancient oaks emerges, their wide branches forming a protective canopy overhead. Alaric leads you through the grove, slowly, encouraging you to notice the texture of the bark, the faint scent of moss and earth, and the soft rustling of leaves. The night air is cool and refreshing, brushing gently against your skin, carrying with it the scent of wildflowers and damp earth. Each step feels deliberate yet effortless, like moving through a living, breathing cathedral where every element is part of a quiet, meditative rhythm. The calmness of the grove, combined with the soothing cadence of Alaric's voice, brings your mind into perfect alignment with the gentle pace of the night. As the grove opens into a small clearing, the moonlight falls across a field of tall, soft grass, swaying gently as if dancing to the rhythm of the night. Alaric encourages you to lie back in your imagination, feeling the grass beneath you and the gentle sway of the stems brushing against your hands. Above, the stars shine with a tranquil brilliance, their soft twinkling creating a hypnotic, serene pattern across the sky. You allow your thoughts to drift like clouds across the vast expanse, merging with the stillness of the night. Every detail, the soft brush of grass, the rhythmic sound of the stream, the whisper of the wind guides your body deeper into relaxation, your mind quieting naturally, preparing for the next stage of the journey. In the distance, you notice the faint outline of a stone circle, ancient and solemn, standing silently under the night sky. Alaric walks with you toward the stones, describing their history in a gentle, whispering tone, noting the care with which they were placed, the rituals they witnessed, and the countless quiet evenings that passed around them. The stones radiate a serene, almost magical energy, their presence grounding you in the stillness of the moment. You imagine the countless generations who may have stood here, looking up at the same stars, feeling the same night breeze. This connection through time brings a comforting sense of continuity and peace, allowing your mind to wander gently, free from any hurried thoughts as you move beyond the stone circle. The plain stretches out before you, bathed in the soft glow of moonlight, leading toward a distant forest whose trees rise like silent guardians. Alaric encourages you to take in the entire scene at once: the rolling hills, the gentle stream, the swaying grass, the stars overhead. Your breathing deepens, each inhale drawing in calm, each exhale releasing the day's remnants. The landscape feels timeless, safe, and infinitely gentle, a perfect environment for your mind and body to continue their slow descent into tranquility. The peacefulness of the moment is absolute, inviting your imagination to rest, your senses to soften, and your awareness to drift comfortably into calmness. Finally, as the night deepens, you reach the edge of the forest where the canopy thickens, creating a cool, shaded sanctuary. The soft sounds of distant wildlife, the flutter of wings, The rustle of leaves, the gentle trickle of water blend into a natural lullaby, grounding you further in the serene environment. Alaric's voice, now barely above a whisper, guides you gently to observe the small details, the interplay of shadow and light, the delicate balance of movement and stillness, the quiet majesty of the forest at night. Your mind begins to feel lighter, thoughts slowing, body relaxing deeply, preparing to transition seamlessly into the next phase of the journey: historical reflection and slow wind down. The moon has traveled higher into the sky, casting its silvery glow across the silent streets, and you find yourself pausing at the threshold of a long-forgotten marketplace. Though quiet now, you can almost hear the echoes of footsteps that once hurried along these cobblestones, the soft murmur of merchants calling out their wares, and the faint clatter of carts rolling over uneven stone. The air is calm and still, carrying only the faint scent of dust and aged timber. Yet your imagination fills in the life that once existed here. You take a slow, steady breath, inhaling the serenity and exhaling any remaining tension. Every inhale brings a sense of connection to the past, and every exhale draws you closer to calmness, as if the very streets themselves are guiding you into a gentle, meditative state. A soft breeze drifts through the quiet avenues, rustling the leaves of a lone tree near the corner of the square. Its branches stretch outward like an invitation, welcoming you into the quiet rhythm of the night. You follow its movement with your eyes, noticing the shadows it casts upon the worn cobblestones. These shadows dance lightly in the moonlight, reminding you that history is not only what is remembered, but also what continues silently around us. You pause, allowing your mind to drift along these quiet pathways, imagining the laughter of children long gone, the soft whisper of a mother calling her child, or the distant notes of a lute carried from an open window above. Each detail is imagined slowly, deliberately, allowing your body to soften, your heartbeat to steady, and your thoughts to move more freely without effort. Walking further, you reach a fountain, still and serene, its stone edges worn smooth by centuries of use. The gentle trickle of water is hypnotic, each drop creating a rhythm that encourages your eyelids to grow heavier. You imagine the hands that once filled jugs and cups here, the whispered conversations that accompanied each careful movement. Perhaps lovers met here, sharing quiet words beneath the moon, their voices blending with the natural music of the water. You take a deep breath, feeling the tranquility seep into your shoulders, your neck, your chest. The combination of imagined lives and gentle sensory details lulls your mind into a drowsy, reflective state where history and sleep begin to overlap in a soothing harmony nearby. The remnants of an old inn appear, its wooden beams leaning slightly with age, windows reflecting the soft glow of moonlight. You imagine the comings and goings that must have occurred within its walls, weary travelers finding rest, merchants recounting stories of distant lands, the crackle of a hearth warming both body and spirit. The walls seem to breathe a quiet sigh of memory, holding each moment carefully within their grain. You pause here for a moment, letting your mind wander among these imagined scenes, aware that you are safe, still, and enveloped in calm. The repetition of gentle, imagined motions, the lifting of a cup, the turning of a key, the brushing of a sleeve against worn fabric reinforces your relaxation, each detail adding to the slow rhythm of drowsiness. The streets stretch onward, leading toward the quiet river that curves through the town like a silver ribbon under the stars. You approach its edge slowly, noticing how the water mirrors the night sky, each ripple catching the light like scattered gems. The gentle lapping of the river against its banks is steady, rhythmic, and hypnotic, encouraging your breathing to lengthen naturally. Alaric walks beside you silently now, merely pointing out the reflection of a distant lantern on the water. The soft glide of a small boat, the sound of leaves brushing gently against the river's edge. The details are subtle but vivid, guiding your mind to wander through the echoes of a past long gone without urgency, without distraction. Your body continues to relax, your mind becoming heavier, almost blending with the calmness around you. A small bridge arches gracefully over the river, its stone worn smooth by centuries of footsteps. You step onto it carefully, feeling the subtle rise and fall of each step beneath your feet, noticing the cool touch of moonlit stone. Alaric remains nearby, his presence calm and reassuring, yet he speaks only softly, allowing the sounds of the night to fill the spaces between words. Here, on the bridge, you pause fully, letting your imagination drift across the water, visualizing the countless souls who once crossed this same path, each carrying hopes, dreams, and small stories of their lives. Their presence is almost tangible, not as a disturbance, but as a gentle weight that guides your consciousness downward toward rest. The combination of visual detail, imagined sounds, and reflective thoughts draws your body deeper into calmness, preparing it for the next stage of sleep. As you linger on the bridge, your attention turns upward, toward the vast expanse of stars overhead. Each point of light is steady, shimmering quietly in the inky blackness of the night sky. You imagine these same stars watching over the town for centuries, witnessing generations live and breathe under their gaze. This reflection brings a sense of timelessness, a gentle understanding that life and history continue, even as individual moments pass. Your breathing matches the natural rhythm of this quiet, eternal scenes, low, deep, and regular. Every exhale carries away the last threads of tension, and every inhale fills you with the calm, steady pulse of the night. You feel cocooned in warmth, comfort, and security, ready to drift further into the meditative flow of the historical reflection. Stepping off the bridge, you follow a narrow lane lined with half-timbered houses whose shutters sway gently in the night breeze. Each building seems to hum quietly with a memory of its former inhabitants, the soft creak of doors opening, the faint murmur of conversations, the quiet shuffle of feet along wooden floors. You walk slowly, allowing each imagined sound to wash over you like a gentle wave, your body sinking deeper into relaxation with every step. The streetlights, dim and flickering, cast elongated shadows that stretch across the cobblestones, guiding your eyes and thoughts downward, closer to a state of restful calm. With each breath, the air feels cooler, fresher, as though carrying the faint aroma of lavender from unseen gardens tucked behind high walls. You inhale this subtle fragrance, letting it fill your lungs completely, and then exhale all lingering tension, your body softening further into stillness. You pause at a quiet courtyard where a small fountain hums softly in the darkness. Its gentle trickle mixes with the distant hoot of an owl perched silently on a gnarled tree branch. You notice the reflection of moonlight glimmering on the water's surface, rippling slowly with the evening breeze. For a moment, you imagine the people who once gathered here, perhaps to share stories or seek shade on a hot afternoon. Their laughter seems to echo faintly, though distant and unobtrusive, adding a tender layer of warmth to the night's serenity. You allow yourself to linger in this imagined history, letting each visual, sound, and subtle movement draw your awareness inward. Your eyelids feel heavy, your breathing slows, and your thoughts begin to drift like the water in the fountain, smooth and continuous. A narrow alley leads you further into the heart of the town, where the silhouettes of wooden carts and stacked barrels line the path. You imagine them filled with goods grains, fruits, and woven fabrics carefully transported by townsfolk whose lives were devoted to daily rhythm and diligence. Each detail, though imagined, feels tangible, anchoring you in the quiet, gentle life of the past. You hear the faint creak of a cartwheel in your mind. It's a soft jingle of tools and metal, and it lulls you into a deeper awareness of calm. There is no urgency here, no rush, only the steady heartbeat of history slowly pulsing through your consciousness. You walk with measured steps, feeling the soft stones beneath your feet, letting your body synchronize with the rhythm of the night at the end of the alley. A wooden bridge spans a smaller stream, its surface slick and smooth with age. You step carefully, guided by the imagined touch of your hands on the weathered railings. As you cross, you reflect on the countless hands that must have touched this same wood over generations. The blacksmiths who carried heavy loads, the children who ran across in laughter, the quiet lovers who paused to admire the moonlit water. Each thought brings a subtle sense of continuity, a soft reminder that life, though fleeting, leaves behind echoes that resonate in the stillness. The water below reflects the faint light of lanterns far in the distance, creating a tranquil mirror for your imagination to rest upon. You pause, taking a slow, deep breath, feeling your chest rise and fall gently, your body sinking further into quiet. Beyond the bridge, the town opens into a wide square, nearly empty at this late hour. The remnants of a festival from long ago remain in your mind. Faded banners, trampled petals, and the faint scent of baked goods carried on the night breeze. You walk slowly across the square, noticing how the smooth stones absorb the moonlight, glowing faintly beneath your feet. Each imagined detail encourages a meditative rhythm within you, the tap of your shoes on stone, the soft whisper of wind through the arches of nearby buildings, the distant call of a night bird. These subtle movements calm your mind, allowing your thoughts to become lighter, drifting like clouds across a serene sky. You feel as though you are walking not just through the town, but through the layers of time itself, each step softening your awareness of the present and guiding you gently towards sleep as you continue. You notice a small garden tucked behind an arched gate, almost hidden from view. Moonlight glimmers on the leaves of shrubs and small flowers, their fragrance delicate and soothing. You imagine caretakers from centuries past tending this garden, watering, pruning, and planting with careful hands. Perhaps they paused at night, gazing up at the stars in quiet reflection, much as you do now. Each imagined sound, the soft brushing of leaves, the gentle fall of a petal, the faint sigh of a breeze, wraps around you like a blanket, encouraging every muscle to release tension. You take several slow, measured breaths, imagining the peaceful lives that once flourished here, and notice your own body responding, sinking further into deep, drowsy calm. At the edge of the garden, a small fountain bubbles quietly, its water shimmering like liquid silver under the starry sky. You pause beside it, imagining the cool touch of its stone rim and the soft ripple of water against your fingertips. You can almost hear the quiet conversations that once echoed here, the gentle laughter of children playing nearby, the murmur of elders sharing stories of generations past. All these subtle impressions blend together into a meditative, peaceful tapestry, guiding your mind and body into stillness. You feel a sense of timelessness, a gentle understanding that life, though fleeting, leaves behind whispers that continue to comfort and calm. The soft, reflective rhythm of your breathing matches the gentle flow of the water, and your eyelids grow heavier with each passing moment, preparing you for the next stage of deep, restorative sleep. You continue wandering slowly through the town, letting your mind drift along with the gentle rhythm of the night. The cobblestone streets, cool and uneven beneath your feet, guide you toward the old town square. In your imagination, the square has witnessed countless stories, merchants hawking their wares in the morning light, children chasing one another with laughter spilling through the air, town criers announcing news to curious crowds. Now, in this quiet hour, all is hushed, and the echoes of the past mingle softly with the breeze. You feel a calm settling over your shoulders, as though each whispered story and distant sound is a gentle hand guiding you into a state of deep relaxation. Each step you take carries you further from the tension of wakefulness and closer to a dreamlike serenity. Alongside the square, you notice the shadowed outline of a small chapel. Its spire stretches into the night sky, silhouetted against the faint glow of stars. You imagine the quiet prayers once offered here, the candles flickering softly in the windows, the faint smell of incense lingering in the cool night air. The chapel, though still and solemn, seems alive with the memory of devotion, each small act of reverence leaving a subtle imprint that you feel more than see. You breathe slowly, inhaling calm and exhaling the remnants of thought and worry. The steady rhythm of your breath mirrors the quiet pulse of the world around you, the gentle rustle of leaves, the soft, distant clatter of shutters, the faint trickle of water in a nearby fountain. Each sound, real or imagined, becomes part of the lullaby of history that guides you gently toward sleep. You wander past narrow alleys that open onto courtyards, where vines climb ancient stone walls. Moonlight reflects off smooth, worn cobbles, creating faint patterns that dance gently beneath your feet. Perhaps centuries ago, a quiet artisan worked late into the evening, chiseling delicate designs into stone, his hands careful, measured, steady. You imagine the soft tap-tap of his tools, rhythmic and soothing, blending seamlessly with the night. The memory of this small, focused labor calms your mind, offering a sense of continuity and order. Every imagined sound is soft, unobtrusive, a gentle companion to your thoughts as they become slower and lighter. You feel the tranquility of this world sinking into you, filling every muscle with a gentle weightlessness, as if your body itself is slowly becoming part of the calm streets you wander. Further along, the quiet flow of a canal catches your attention. Its water, smooth and reflective under the silver moon, seems to whisper tales of centuries past. Small rowboats once floated here, their occupants gliding silently through the water, carrying goods or perhaps simply enjoying the peace of a quiet evening. You imagine the faint creak of oars against wood, the gentle slap of water on the sides of boats, the soft lapping against stone embankments. You step closer, feeling as though the cool, moist air brushing your skin carries these echoes directly into your consciousness. The sounds are soothing, each ripple of water and distant call of a night bird encouraging your thoughts to slow, to drift, and to let go of the day's burdens. You breathe in this calm, feeling your chest rise and fall with a slow, measured rhythm, each exhale releasing any lingering tension. As you continue, you come upon an old marketplace, deserted at this late hour. The stalls, empty now, still hint at the life they once held, the smell of fresh bread, the rough texture of woven baskets, the glint of coins exchanged in quiet agreements. You wander slowly through this space, noticing the faint moonlight glinting on metal tools and the edges of wooden tables. In your imagination, a gentle wind stirs, carrying the subtle scents of herbs and spices that once filled the air. Each imagined detail, each soft memory of life in the marketplace allows your mind to float gently, untethered from daily thoughts. The rhythm of your steps, slow and deliberate, matches the quiet cadence of this world, encouraging drowsiness with every movement. You feel the soothing embrace of history around you, a calm presence that allows your mind to drift further toward a restful state. Finally, you approach the edge of town, where the rooftops give way to quiet hills in the distance. The moon casts silver patterns over the gentle slopes, and in the distance, the soft glow of village lamps twinkles like tiny stars. You pause to take in the scene, imagining the countless nights similar to this one that have passed here for generations, families tucked into homes. Fires crackling softly, the night enveloping everything in a gentle hush. You feel a profound sense of continuity, a connection to countless lives lived quietly, peacefully, and fully within these spaces. The gentle contours of the hills and the soft shimmer of distant lights invite your mind to relax completely. Your eyelids grow heavy, and every muscle softens, as though the landscape itself is cradling you into slumber. In this final stretch of reflection, the stories of the town, the memories of its people, and the soft whispers of nature blend seamlessly. Your breathing is slow, even, and deep. Each heartbeat becomes a gentle drum, steady and calming. You feel a growing drowsiness that is natural and unhurried, like drifting along a quiet stream. The streets, the alleys, the fountains, and the gardens, all imagined and yet profoundly real in your mind, have carried you through centuries, through peaceful moments and simple lives. Now, they guide you softly toward sleep, their whispers and shadows fading into the background as your consciousness begins to float freely in the embrace of night. As you continue through the quiet streets, the night deepens, and a soft, serene calm settles over the town. The gentle sway of lanterns hanging from wrought iron posts casts warm, flickering light onto the cobblestones, creating patterns that ripple like gentle waves. You notice the faint outlines of old houses, their wooden shutters closed, chimneys still faintly smoking from the day's fires. Each detail, soft and deliberate, invites your mind to wander slowly, calmly, and without haste. You feel yourself stepping lightly through centuries of memory, each stone and timber imbued with the quiet essence of lives once lived. The distant murmur of a river mingles with the rustling of leaves, each sound a soft companion guiding you further into relaxation. Your steps slow, your breath deepens, and a quiet warmth spreads through your chest, as if the town itself is embracing you gently. Passing beneath an archway leading to a small garden, you find yourself surrounded by fragrant flowers and climbing vines. Moonlight spills over delicate petals, illuminating the soft colors in silver and shadow. You imagine gardeners of long ago tending to these blooms, their hands careful and practiced, their movements slow and measured. The quiet diligence of their work seems to linger in the air, a calming presence that draws your own thoughts into gentle rhythm. You take a slow, deep breath, inhaling the imagined scent of the blossoms, feeling the cool night air fill your lungs. Each exhale releases tension, each inhalation brings serenity, and you sense your mind floating with the soft cadence of history around you. The garden becomes a haven, a sanctuary in which your senses can wander without effort, and your body can sink further into calm. You continue toward the outskirts of the town, where the streets give way to open fields and rolling hills. The night sky stretches endlessly above, filled with stars that shimmer quietly, as if keeping watch over the sleeping world below. A gentle breeze moves through tall grasses, carrying with it the soft, earthy scent of soil and dew. You walk slowly among these fields, feeling the blades of grass brush against your fingers and the faint chill of the air on your skin. The sounds of nocturnal animals, perhaps an owl calling softly, or the distant rustle of small creatures in the underbrush, blend seamlessly into the tranquility of the scene. Your imagination allows you to step lightly among the centuries, observing the peaceful rhythms of nature and life in a way that is soothing, meditative, and deeply relaxing. Ahead, a quiet river glimmers beneath the moon, its surface smooth and reflective. Small ripples travel lazily across the water, each one catching light and sending it dancing like liquid silver. You imagine the lives that have passed along this riverbank, fishermen hauling nets, children playing quietly by the water's edge, lovers walking hand in hand beneath the stars. The river becomes a metaphor for calm, each movement slow and inevitable, guiding your mind along its gentle current. You pause by the water, letting your gaze drift across the shimmering surface, feeling as if the flowing water carries away any remaining tension or thought from your waking day. Your body grows heavier, each muscle softening as the serenity of the scene seeps deeply into you, wrapping you in a cocoon of peaceful warmth. In this quiet moment, you allow yourself to reflect on the passing of time, the centuries of laughter, labor, and life that have unfolded in these streets, gardens, and fields. Each memory, imagined and yet profoundly real in your mind, feels like a gentle hand upon your shoulder, reassuring and calm. The stories of the past, whispered softly through the night, become a lullaby, each detail slower, softer, and more gentle than the last. You feel a profound connection to the world around you, a sense of continuity that transcends the waking hours. The rhythm of your breath mirrors the subtle rhythms of this historical world, the sway of trees, the rippling river, the flicker of lanterns, and your mind begins to let go completely as you move further along. The town and fields begin to fade into a soft haze of memory. The edges of the world blur gently, and your thoughts grow quieter, less defined. You imagine distant hills bathed in moonlight, the faint glow of fires long extinguished, and the soft rustle of leaves that will continue to whisper long after you have drifted into sleep. Each imagined sound, each visual memory, becomes part of the gentle current that carries your consciousness away from wakefulness. You feel your body sinking deeper, supported by the invisible arms of calm and tranquility. The night, the history, and the soft rhythm of your breathing converge, encouraging a sense of weightless serenity. Finally, you arrive at a quiet hill overlooking the town, a place where the rooftops, gardens, streets, and river all appear as if in miniature. The stars above twinkle gently, mirroring the soft glow of lanterns far below. You sit here in your imagination, feeling the world stretch peacefully beneath you, and allow your thoughts to dissolve into the gentle quiet. Every detail, every memory, every imagined sound is now a soft background hum, guiding you effortlessly into drowsiness. Your eyelids grow heavier, your body sinks further, and a calm smile may brush your lips as the world of history fades into the comforting embrace of night. With each slow, deliberate breath, you are drifting closer to the threshold of sleep. The quiet streets, the gardens, the river, and the moonlit hills all merge into a soft, harmonious lullaby. Your mind is free of clutter, your body weightless and relaxed, and the gentle pull of night carries you ever closer to complete rest. You feel at peace, cradled in the soothing rhythm of history and the quiet magic of this ancient, serene world. From your quiet vantage point on the moonlit hill, you watch as the town below settles fully into the calm embrace of night. Lanterns flicker softly, their warm light reflecting on cobblestones and windows, creating tiny islands of glow in the vast, gentle darkness. The river glimmers faintly, a silver ribbon winding slowly through the sleeping streets, whispering the secrets of centuries past. Every detail feels slower now, more deliberate, as if the world itself is taking a long, meditative breath. You notice the soft rustle of leaves in the breeze, the distant call of a night bird, and the muted chorus of crickets. These sounds, delicate and rhythmic, seem almost designed to lull you further into relaxation. Your body grows heavier with each passing moment, every muscle melting, and your mind begins to float in the soft current of this historical stillness. The memories of the day of markets bustling in imagination, of gardens tended in quiet diligence, of rivers reflecting the moonlight, blend seamlessly into this calm night. You can almost feel the weight of history around you, not as burden, but as a gentle presence, a companion for your rest. Each imagined figure, each whispered story from long ago, now seems to bow quietly, allowing you space to breathe, to sink deeper into the embrace of serenity. You imagine the lives that once moved through these streets, the laughter of children, the quiet footsteps of town elders, the distant music of instruments carried on the breeze fading gently into the night. This reflection is not hurried or bright. It is soft, meditative, and expansive, carrying your thoughts toward the edge of dreamlike sleep. You lean back slightly, imagining the soft hill beneath you, its grass cool and comforting, supporting your body as fully as the world of history supports your mind. The sky stretches endlessly above, filled with stars that twinkle faintly, almost imperceptibly, like the slow blinking of eyes in quiet vigilance. Each star seems to tell a story, a small flicker of history and memory, and you feel as though you could listen to their ancient whispers forever. The night air is calm, carrying the faint scent of flowers and earth, mingling with the imagined aroma of old wood, candle wax and riverside moss. Every inhalation draws in calm. Every exhalation releases tension. You are immersed in a space where history and sleep intertwine, where the stories of centuries past are a soft lullaby for your senses. From this height, the town below becomes a miniature world of shadows and light. You can see tiny windows glowing faintly, gardens illuminated by moonlight, and the gentle shimmer of the river threading through streets and fields. The scenes of life, real or imagined, blend together into a soft tapestry of memory and tranquility. You notice the subtle details, like the flicker of a lantern swinging in a gentle breeze, or the slow sway of branches against the night sky. And they encourage your body to follow their rhythm. There is no rush here, no urgency, only the steady pulse of calm that flows through the world and into you. Each heartbeat, each breath, harmonizes with the slow tempo of the night. Your gaze drifts from the town to the horizon, where hills and distant forests fade into shadow. The gentle slope of the land and the soft silhouettes of trees create a sense of depth and safety, as if the world is cradling you in its quiet embrace. The air carries no harshness, only the soft whispers of history and nature combined. You allow your awareness to wander among the imagined figures of the past, seeing their calm routines and gentle lives. Yet knowing you are safe and removed, merely observing and absorbing the serenity. The longer you linger, the more your thoughts slow, the more your mind drifts away from the concerns of the waking day. Slowly, the distinction between history and present begins to blur. The quiet streets, the moonlit river, the distant hills, they all merge into a seamless landscape of calm and rest. Your body is fully relaxed, every muscle softened and heavy, every breath measured and even. Your mind, guided by the gentle currents of this reflective journey, drifts effortlessly, carrying the quiet legacy of the town and its people like a soft blanket around your consciousness. Each detail of the night, each whisper of history nudges you gently closer to a state of deep, meditative rest. The final remnants of active thought begin to fade. The stories of markets, gardens, rivers, and hills become soft impressions, lingering in your mind like a warm, comforting memory. You feel a profound sense of completion, a quiet satisfaction at having traveled through centuries of peaceful life. There is no tension here, no unfinished business, only the soft resonance of history and the gentle pull of sleep. Your eyelids grow heavier with every passing moment, and your awareness drifts lower, further into the calm embrace of night. Finally, the world itself seems to pause, holding its breath as you settle fully into stillness. Every imagined sound becomes fainter. Every visual impression softens into gentle shadows, and the comforting weight of rest envelops you completely. You are now poised at the threshold between wakefulness and sleep, ready to let the final quiet of the night carry you into deep relaxation. Your body is supported, your mind at peace, and your spirit wrapped in the gentle continuity of history. Each soft breath and slow heartbeat draws you deeper, guiding you into the serene, restorative sleep that awaits. The journey is complete. Slowly, the streets, the rivers, the gardens, and the soft glow of lanterns begin to fade into the gentle darkness of night. You feel the weight of the day and the weight of centuries dissolve into the quiet. The town, the imagined world, and all the stories you have walked through now blend seamlessly into a soft, restful shadow. Every detail of history that carried your mind gently along is now a fading echo, leaving only the calm resonance of peace. Your body is fully supported, sinking comfortably into the surface beneath you. Every muscle, from the top of your head to the tips of your toes, is heavy, relaxed, and warm. You breathe in calm and exhale tension, over and over. With the steady rhythm of the night around you, imagine the streets of the town growing quieter still. A soft fog rolls gently over cobblestones, muffling any distant sound. The river murmurs faintly as it glides beneath the bridge, a whispering lullaby that harmonizes perfectly with your heartbeat. Each breath becomes slower, deeper, more rhythmic. Your arms, your legs, your shoulders, your back, they are completely free of tension, as though the very world is cradling you. The gentle hum of imagined life from centuries past drifts away, leaving only peace. You notice the subtle rise and fall of your chest, the delicate pulse at your temples, and the soft warmth of your body sinking into relaxation. The light around you dims further. Shadows blend softly, wrapping your mind in the kind of comforting darkness that invites sleep. Your eyes may feel heavy, your eyelids drooping, and that is perfectly natural. You are allowed to rest. Every sound you hear, the soft sigh of wind, the gentle rustle of leaves, the faint trickle of water guides you further into stillness. Your thoughts slow. The busy tangles of worry, of planning, of remembering simply drift away. You are safe. You are still. You are cradled in calm. The night sky stretches overhead, endless and serene. Stars shimmer faintly, distant and gentle, as if winking at you in quiet approval. The moon casts a soft silver glow, painting the edges of the landscape with tender light. You notice it without effort, without needing to focus. The world itself encourages your rest, inviting you to sink deeper into relaxation. You feel each inhalation as warmth, each exhalation as release. Time slows. Your body and mind move with the rhythm of the night. There is no rush. There is no expectation. There is only calm. Repeat to yourself gently, in your own mind, I am safe. I am at peace. I am letting go. Feel each word ripple through you, a wave of serenity washing over every part of your being. The city, the people, the streets, the gentle echo of history are quiet now, letting you take your place in this soft, comforting stillness. Every detail of the imagined world blends into the vast tranquility around you. The soft repetition of these words, the rhythm of your breath, and the weight of your body create a gentle harmony that carries you closer to sleep. Now, notice the soft glow of candlelight flickering in the corners of your imagination. Each flicker brings calm. Each gentle shadow guides you toward rest. The imagined warmth of fire, the faint scent of earth and wood, the coolness of the night air, they combine in a perfect balance, inviting your senses to let go entirely. You are safe. You are at peace. You are allowed to rest completely. Let the quietness of history and the calm of your mind blend together, like ink dissolving in water, until only smooth, undisturbed serenity remains. Your body sinks deeper. Your mind drifts. You feel the pulse of your heartbeat, slow and steady, as if keeping time with the stars themselves. Each gentle breath, each soft exhale, is a step deeper into sleep. The city, the gardens, the rivers, the imagined streets, they are all still. Your mind is still. Your body is still. Only calm remains. Now, let your mind repeat softly, I am safe. I am at peace. I am resting. I am letting go. Each phrase lingers a moment, then drifts into silence, giving way to the next. There is no hurry, no pressure. Just the gentle pulse of your breathing, the slow, soothing rhythm of the night, and the endless calm that surrounds you. You are ready to let go completely, the gentle movements of night-whispering leaves. Distant water, the faint sigh of a breeze become the only focus for your senses. Every sound is soft, subtle, a lullaby for your mind. The imagined world from earlier fades gently, leaving only peace. You feel a warm, comforting heaviness spreading from your chest to your limbs, wrapping every part of your body in softness. Your eyelids are fully relaxed, your thoughts are dissolving, and your mind drifts like a boat on a quiet river. Let the words flow through you one more time. Softly, almost inaudibly, the journey is complete. I am safe. The city fades into dreams. I am at peace. Each phrase slows your breathing, softens your heartbeat, and deepens the weight of sleep, pressing gently on you. You feel completely cradled by calm, the comforting presence of the world and your own body supporting you fully. You are allowed to drift into total rest. Now imagine a single candle flickering on a bedside table in your mind. Its flame dances gently, shadows swaying softly across imagined walls. The warm golden glow fades slowly, gently, until the room is softly dark. All that remains is quiet, serene, and calming. The flickering light guides your mind into darkness, and in that darkness, sleep grows deeper. Your mind is free of tension, free of thought, free to drift completely into dreams. Feel the soft weight of the bed or floor beneath you. Every part of your body is heavy, relaxed, safe. The quiet rhythm of night, the soothing repetition of your own breath, and the fading light of history combine to cradle you fully. Thoughts from the day and from your imagined journey dissolve entirely, leaving only calm, serenity, and softness. You are ready to rest, to drift, to sleep, and now, if you wish, gently imagine the world around you slipping further into quiet. The faint sounds of night, the distant river, the rustle of leaves, the whisper of the wind slowly fade. Your mind follows, as smooth and calm as a soft river moving into a peaceful lake. You are fully supported. You are fully safe. You are fully at peace. Softly, silently, allow the words to repeat as you drift into sleep. I am safe. I am at peace. I am resting. The journey is complete. Each repetition is slower, softer, and more distant, until even the words themselves fade into nothingness. Only calm remains. Only sleep remains. And in this final embrace, the city, the streets, and the stories you visited remain gently in your imagination, like a quiet lullaby that tucks you into deep, restorative sleep. Your mind, body, and spirit are fully at rest. You are safe. You are at peace.